Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm going to show you how to beat the most annoying Queen Beatrix. She's an absolutely murderous little beech and she just stings you to death, gets her mates round, stinging you all to death, getting repeated turn after turn sometimes, and thinks it's really blinking funny every time she does it. She's laughing her head off every time she does this, every single turn. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah, it's really funny, isn't it? Well, wait until you get a load of what I've got for you, you beech. So, Queen Beatrix, as we know, creates 9 green and 9 brown gems, then deals scatter damage based on your magic level, and there are independent 40% chances to gain an extra turn and half her mana back. So, really dangerous, can loop indefinitely until you are dead. If she gets going before you've got a chance to do anything about it, this troop can literally wipe out your entire team just by looping and looping continuously until you're just dead, and it has happened before many times. As well as that, she has an absolutely superb third trait, one of the absolute best in the game for me: cleanses all allies when matching 4 or more gems. And a middle trait's not to be sniffed at either. Gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell, because with the looping nature of her spell, she can actually just go up very slowly but surely in damage every single turn, and it does make a difference. So, how can we defend against this? Well, this is the kind of team you see her up against. There are different variations of Queen Beatrix teams, but this is just one of the more typical ones. And what we're seeing is a Moonsinger team. Starts battles with full mana and converts purple to green, which is obviously for Beatrix. And Malcandessa also starts battles with full mana and converts yellow to green, so can be an issue. And Essence of Evil backing things up there because inflicts all negative status effects on an enemy, which is going to shut one of our troops down completely, and explodes a load of gems of the mana colour, charging up to be even more. In Archer class, this would give a 50% start with mana as well, and they would Hunter's Mark a random enemy on 4 or 5 of a kind, which will happen a lot when B starts looping. Root Trap entangles the first enemy at the start and creates a Leaf Storm for B as well, which is even more green. It's like a nightmare. So how can we defend against this? Well, it's actually not too bad. What we should do is, actually I'll do it this way, jump into a PvP, because I've popped this into my defense. And I've got my Queen Beetrix team here. This is a couple of fun ways to actually counter Queen Beatrix. Now basically, if they're going to get a start which you cannot avoid with Moonsinger or Malcandessa, then if you've got a Malcandessa and Moonsinger as well, then you can do whatever it is back straight at them. If they're going to get an unavoidable 4 match with those two, by logic, if you've got those two as well, then you'll get that 4 match instead. And you'll throw that on Essence of Evil instead, because that's those two troops convert green. Once you've done that, and you've got that charged, you throw it on Queen Beatrix and she's entirely shut down. She can't cleanse herself because she's going to be stunned. And she's in a world of trouble absolutely straight away. Another troop which would counter Queen Beatrix directly and save your entire team from her evil stings is Aquaticus. Aquaticus submerges all allies when matching 4 or more gems. And when you're submerged, you are basically saved from damage affecting the whole team. So she can cast away and get repeated turns as much as she wants, and you will not take a single hit of damage across any troops. So Aquaticus is a really cool way of saving yourself from Queen Beatrix, and this works against Gobtruffle and those other troops that do damage to all at the same time. Furthermore, we can further increase protection from Beatrix by being in something like Elementalist class, but you are relying on a little bit of luck for this one, because obviously that third trait, Stun, Freeze, Burn and Entangle a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems, is good. Stun and Freeze means she can't cleanse herself anymore or the team, and the Freeze means you're going to stop her extra turns from looping. But there is obviously a reliance on that 1 in 4 chance of that effect going on Queen Beatrix. So it's not absolutely guaranteed that way. If you don't have Elementalist class, or you don't have that third trait, then you can go Tidecaller class. Tidecaller class is another good shout against these kind of things. Submerge myself when I take damage. So if you're in first slot, as soon as you take that first hit from Queen Beatrix, you'll be submerged. And there's also, which one is it? Deluge. The level 40 talent there, submerge a random ally on 4 or 5 gem matches. All, again, submerged allies will be safe. From Queen Beatrix, there are some sort of soft kind of counters to her which aren't exactly perfect. If I just put in this. Some people think that something like a Arachnian Weaver is a good defense for her because it webs all enemies, which can reduce her magic to 0. So if you had this in first place with King Avalorn, so it's got a 50% start, for example, then it's quite quick to cast. But the trouble with this is, as soon as she casts and gets a 4 match, she's going to be cleansed. So Arachnian Weaver isn't actually that good a defense against it. If you've got a Aquaticus at the same time, then that's a different story because a 4 match is going to submerge all our allies, so we'll be safe anyway. But yeah, not perfect. Another okay counter is Obsidious, but again, it's not perfect. Obsidious, that third trait, stuns all enemies on 4 or 5 gem matches, so that will take away her cleanse, but will not necessarily stop her from looping you to death. Aquaticus is a far better shout for protection, as is Elementalist class, and converting the colours away which they want to convert. So the banner for this is going to be plus, is that right? No, that's not completely right. I haven't actually changed that yet. So let's look at what's green. That'll do. Yeah, that's fine. Right. So let's dive into a game and see what happens. Like I say, if their Malcondessa and their Moonsinger have the conversion, then by nature of the fact that we have the same troops, we must do too. So we'll always look out for that. Yellow to green, we'll have a look at that first. We always want a 4 match on this sort of thing, so there's nothing quite doing on yellow to green on a 4 match. And purple to green is perfect. So we'll do that. As soon as we do that, all our allies are submerged. We're now completely safe from anything that Queen Beatrix can think about doing, but we can double up on that. We can take these 4 matches first. We can get our Essence of Evil, throw it on her. She's now potentially going to be death marked and can die any moment. As well as that, she's stunned. She can't do her cleanse. She's basically screwed already. And we'll throw it on the hero just for good measure. And now we've got this up again. And now we'll chuck it on first troop. Can now, oh, we'll chuck it on them because they got cleansed. We don't care that they may have got a conversion. It's not going to make any kind of difference. Let's just cast Aquaticus just for fun. Because with the Essence of Evil, they're going to be taking extra damage from that effect. Yellow to green, we can take a look out for that, and we've got that again. Yeah, and we can cast Essence of Evil again, or just do whatever we like, really, because the game is massively already under control. They've just decided they've had enough, and they've just, like, conked out straight away. Get Aquaticus up and have a bash at the frog. And there it is. I think that's such a straightforward way of beating Queen Beatrix. I don't think there's any need to show it more than once. It's like, it's amazingly straightforward. Aquaticus is a really, really easy way of beating that team, Queen Beatrix teams. But like I say, if you don't have her, then you can have Elementalist class. That's another really good way of doing it. And basically just shut her down absolutely straight away. But there's a video, and before I forget, a quick shout out to King Forever, or One King Forever, not quite sure how you say it. He found the magical invisible lollipop yesterday. Obviously it wasn't fully invisible, otherwise he wouldn't have found it, would he? That was in yesterday's video on how to get maximum renown in your factions, and that was around about 1 minute and 40. Being held by Queen Beatrix by coincidence. There it is. So good job to him for finding that one, and there's another one hidden in this video somewhere. Who will find it first and shout it out in the comments and get that amazing mythical level award? Maybe. Anyway, there's a video. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye for now.